Hey Pinkie, why the long mane? It's World Smile Day. That should be right up your alley. Oh, you wanted to celebrate this day with everyone, didn't you? That is so classically you. On the surface, Pinkie might appear dim-witted or selfish, all loud noises and spontaneous action. Yet stick around her long enough and you begin to see not only a method to the madness, but a caring heart that wants the best for others. For me, Pinkie's character took on a greater meaning when I realized she wasn't oblivious to bad days or unhappiness. Rather, she chose to combat that in her own special way. You go out of your way to share the joy of living with others, Pinkie, to get them to appreciate the moment by making it stand out. I don't doubt that your friends and family would want any less for you. I can say this because I am a master of deception. Now we're talking. Let's get this party started. Ah, Pinkie, how my view on you has shifted over the course of this series. I will admit that when things started off, I thought I wouldn't like you. Well, it's just who I am. I can be a cynical so-and-so, and I don't trust folks who are perpetually happy. I mean, it's one thing to be happy when everything is going your way, but what about when life pitches you a curve? How does a happy person respond when life isn't perfect, or they see someone who isn't sharing the same fortune? Thankfully, I can point to one great song to answer that.
Come on, every pony, smile, 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 fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine.
I'm feeling a little superfluous right now because everything that makes Pinkie Pie wonderful is in this song. It's not just that Pinkie takes pleasure in spreading joy, it's also the fact that she recognizes that everyone has a bad day.
It's true, some days are dark and lonely, and maybe you feel sad, but Pinkie will be there to show you that it isn't that bad.
And in many ways, that is her greatest victory. Pinkie goes out of her way to make sure others are feeling good, investing time and energy regardless of how well she knows them. A newcomer to Ponyville receives just as much care and attention from Pinkie as one of her best friends. Now, that's not to say that Pinkie hasn't had some bad spots along the way. Several times she has lost sight of her care for others and ended up causing some harm, undermining Luna's efforts to reach out to Ponyville, intimidating Fluttershy to the point of tears, and driving Cranky to the breaking point by intruding on his personal space. In that last case, she at least had the self-awareness to apologize, but sometimes I wonder how she can flip between one of the most caring ponies and one of the most destructive. I think it's tied to the twin humor she exhibits. The first case being goofy for the sake of goof. Why is she climbing up that wall? Why is she behaving like a chicken and showing up at the wrong moments? Why isn't she looking for the right library book?
Oopsies, missed a spot.
These are the moments where Pinkie is not paying attention to her surroundings. Completely in her own world, she's not working to advance anything and is instead going for the quick punchline. The end result being that she seems random and strange, a spectacle rather than a participant. It can certainly be funny, but can also be annoying and/or frustrating. Then there's the humor that makes us giggle at the situation. The moments where Pinkie is fully aware of her surroundings, but offers her own take. Whether it's finding her own path to storm away or taking a very bizarre stealth approach, Pinkie is at her funniest when she's meeting life's challenges in her own style. She doesn't have to follow the crowd's method, but she doesn't have to shun the same destination. Like when she recognizes danger and tries to escape with prop humor, or gets mad at Sheep but plays up her response rather than do anything harmful. Or even when she tries a joke and is rejected, her reaction can be comical.
Apparently he doesn't like laughing or sharing.
It's when the show allows Pinkie to respond as a well-rounded character that she shows her comedic best. Part of that well-rounded character resides within 3 different reactions. The thing I don't like about perpetually happy characters is that they don't feel complete. It's like something has been stolen from them. For a while, I was concerned that Pinkie Pie suffered this. Sure, she responded when seeing others in distress, but it took a little while for events to have an impact on her. That changed with Griffin the Brush-Off and Party of One. A goofball up until that point, we witnessed Pinkie display a greater range of emotion. Suspicion, confusion, anger, sadness, depression, full-on crazy, and relief. Pinkie, you're the emotional equivalent of a marathon Olympian, and I am in awe. There have been other episodes that show that Pinkie can react with a variety of emotions, which not only makes her more complete as a character, but also adds meaning to her happiness. If someone is happy by default and that feeling is never challenged, does it really mean anything? To me, the greatest Pinkie Pie moment was when she recognized Gilda's rotten attitude and decided to take action. She was angry and committed, but while both Gilda and the audience expected revenge pranks, we got something different.
I threw this party to improve your attitude. I thought a good party might turn that frown upside down.
This impressed me, not just for the fantastic contortionist abilities. I don't think we can just choose to be happy. We feel anger, resentment, jealousy, frustration, and sadness. It's what we choose to do with these emotions that defines our own character. Pinkie isn't in denial of her emotions. Instead, she often embraces a solution that will not only solve a personal problem, but bring happiness to others. That includes giving up her own immediate happiness. Now, she's not perfect in her execution. Cranky Doodle can attest to this. But none of these characters should be perfect. Perfection is boring. And that's one charge I can never level against Pinkie Pie. There is the temptation to be so caught up in her own excitement that she can't see what's happening right in front of her. She can also be so angry that she becomes downright terrifying. I would run from that. And she can be so sad that she shuts down and needs someone else to come forward and help lift her up. That makes her more real and therefore more fun to watch. I can laugh with her because, in a sense, I admire what she might overcome and what she inspires in others. They can feel inspired because Pinkie Pie is not a pony to reject others. Be cross at them, sure, but she always comes around. I think that started with the 4 Pie sisters. What would this family be without Pinkie? Pretty severe. I'm not surprised Pinkie has such a flexible personality when she's had to deal with some pretty intense extremes throughout childhood. Maud Pie is monotone, despite the depth underneath. I'm hoping that same diversity lies under Limestone Pie's hostility and Marble Pie's timidity. Pinkie often seems like the odd duckling out of this flock, doesn't she? Yet we saw how she brought out her family's happiness, and none of them have rolled their eyes or wished she'd be different. So long as she respects their personal space.
No one's gonna mess with your precious mind.
Or Holder's boulder.
By that same notion, Pinkie has never tried to change her sisters. She just loves and accepts them for who they are, leaving the door open if they want to participate. Despite the Pie family's rigid behavior, they're actually a very accepting and supportive family. No wonder Pinkie Pie turned out so kind. That dynamic with her sisters has carried forward to friendships, friends that make great comedy partners. I mean, Pinkie's comedy routine features 5 straight mares. On her own, Pinkie could be very tiresome. It's watching her interact with the rest of the main 6 that helps her stay entertaining. The more serious the mare, the more Pinkie's levity is appreciated.
Yourself! But that doesn't answer my question, silly.
Or maybe Pinkie can help bring out their silly side.
Stop saying what I'm saying!
You stop it first!
She inspires others to reach further than they could by themselves.
A hop, skip, and a jump. Just move your little rump. A hop, skip, and a jump. A hop, skip, and a jump. A hop, skip, and a jump. A hop, skip, and a jump!
Sometimes it's when Pinkie is not acting crazy that the other pony gets to be a little wacky.
Oh, I'm so excited I got the wrong pouch! And I know I say excited a lot when I'm actually just kind of excited, but this time I'm really excited about how excited I am about being this excited over the wrong pouch! And then you fire off your potty cannon.
And sometimes it's Pinkie Pie herself who is the moderating influence. Compare Griffin the Brush-Off to 28 pranks later, and we can see how much she can keep her friends in check.
We can't prank Fluttershy. I mean, she's so sensitive. It'll hurt her feelings.
Whether by intent or just by being herself, Pinkie has a way of drawing her friends to react. Oftentimes it's towards a positive outcome. If not, she's also there to serve as a warning sign that something's gone wrong. Because if Pinkie Pie isn't happy, you know the situation's headed downhill. All that said, I've come to a realization. It's a mistake to call Pinkie Pie a party pony. Well, hear me out on this. Party pony implies that's all you do. I don't think that's the case. When Pinkie Pie goes all out for a party, it's because either something special has happened or she wants to break up the day-to-day events with something fresh. Either way, her enthusiasm is infectious and goes a long way towards a happy community. Pinkie Pie excels at getting not just herself, but others to stand up and take stock of who they are. She's the pony who will believe in another, even if they don't believe in themselves. And she won't allow someone to undervalue themselves by dismissing a special event. In that way, Pinkie, parties are a means by which you can encourage others. To recognize that while life is hard, it's also beautiful and worthwhile. You fulfill the role of a party planner so well because you love life, and Equestria is a brighter place because you're in it. And that's what a smile is. Something to make the world a bit more pleasant, if only for a moment. So I hope you're all finding reasons to smile as well. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.